Hello friends, welcome. I'm so glad to be here with you again this week. All right, so have you been enjoying all the fun folds that have been coming your way the month of November? Well, just in case you haven't had enough, I've got several for you today. So I started with my kind of complicated fun fold with the tunnel card, but now we're going to make 4 fast and easy techniques that you can just do with all kinds of images and stamps that can just, if you want to make something a little special, do it a little different. These are just some really quick ideas. So let's go ahead and switch the screen and take a look. All right, so here are the cards that we're going to work on, but before we jump into it, I wanted to show you the stamp set that I'm going to be using for all of my, all of my fun folds today. This is called Pajama Power Stamps. It's perfect for pajama crafters, right? But it's super cute. All of these images, in my opinion, stand alone in their own way, and there's so many cute sayings I couldn't decide which ones to use, so that's why I chose to kind of make a whole grouping of cards, and each of my cards will just have one image and one sentiment. Okay, so I have gone ahead and colored them all up. On my one card here, I used this bit right here, and let me see the exact name of this one. I don't have my glasses on, so I can't see. There we go. It never fails. As soon as I start recording, I start coughing. Let's see. I'm sure they're called banners or something like that, but I haven't. Yes, banner die set. Ha. So this is the banner die set. It gives you the banners in 3 different sizes, and we're going to use all 3 of those in one of our cards. And then to go with my little pajama images, I chose to use the Spring Plaids color or paper collection, and I did that because I just love the colors and I thought they worked perfectly to color up my little pajama images. So I used all of the sheets of this one and then just one little piece of one of these. All right, I'm going to take a drink here so I'm not just coughing like crazy. I'm keeping Hall's cough drops in business right now. So, okay, this is a card that's actually going to be one that's just posted. We're not going to make this one today, but if you download, Joy is going to provide a download that you can get from the website that will have all the measurements and sizes for all the cards that the video team and the design teams are doing for this month. So I will be including all the instructions on how to make this one, and it is a kind of an elongated Z fold, but it gives it to you in different sizes, so you can do this thing where it peeks out and you've got lots of panels to decorate and use. So I wanted to share that one with you, but we won't be making that one today, but I will provide the instructions for you. Okay, so I'm going to start with the most complicated first, and that's this one right here. And to make this one, you're going to start with just an A2 card base and open it up, and you're going to put it in your paper trimmer at the 1-inch mark. And you're going to cut up the side just to the fold mark at 1 inch, and then move it over and from the other side and cut up 1 inch. So you're going to do that to both sides. And I cannot for the life of me remember what they call this particular card. So each of these are 1 inch. So I just used a frame die, and I cut out a whole A2 panel in the frame die, and then I cut the ends of it off at the 3/4 mark. So that gives me this fun stitching around the edges, which I like to do that. But if you don't have a frame die, you can always just trim a 3/4 inch by 4 inch panel. Now, before we put these on, we're going to want to put some double-sided adhesive right down here at the bottom of each of our panels. The 1 inch panels on the ends, you're going to put a piece of double-sided adhesive on each one, and this one got kind of gommed up, but that'll be okay. All right. Now, you're going to want to cut a piece of acetate. So can you see it there? It's a piece of clear acetate, And it's kind of firm. It's not the real flimsy stuff, but it's not super heavy either. But you're going to cut that to 1¼ inches by 5. You can go 5½, or it just has to be wide enough to go across the middle here. So we're just going to add that right there. Okay? All right, now we can add our decorative pieces just on the side here. I'm not for sure. They might call this one a spanner card, but I can't remember. They have, different people call them different names, and I can't keep it all straight. So I am long past the productive cough, and I'm just at the annoying, hanging around forever cough. All right, so we're just going to add that. I have my phone on silent, but it is vibrating over here. If you hear that noise, I apologize. All right, so now when you get to this point, we want to go ahead and open our flap, okay? And we're just going to be dealing with this section. So for this is where I have cut a piece of the patterned paper, and I cut that 1/4 inch smaller than on the top and bottom, or top and side, than the overall. So let me go ahead and measure that for you. So the section here, when you take 1 inch off of each end, it's going to leave you with 3½, and then this, of course, is still 4¼ So you're going to want this to be 3¼ by 4. Okay, and we're just going to go ahead and glue that in place. Now this card, this fun fold, it has lots of opportunities for fun decorating. There we go. But what we're going to do for today with our little pajama piece is I want my little girl here laying on the couch. She's going to be about right here. And then I'm going to place this piece right behind her couch. Okay? And I'm going to attach that like this. I knew I had a plan before I got going. It's always good to have a plan, right? Sometimes when you're live, you forget your plan and you do something different, and then it's like, uh-oh, messed up the plan. But I try to go with my plan. So I'm going to add a little piece of double-sided adhesive right here along the front side of my circle. I'm putting that on the front. All right. Now, I'm going to take that off. I'm going to open this, and I'm going to position that just right here. Okay? And now for my girl, I'm going to set her about right here. And she's on the acetate part. So she's going to open up with the acetate. This part is going to stay behind. So again, I'm just going to put some double-sided adhesive on the back side of her. And you just want the adhesive to be where it's going to stay on the acetate and not get up on your card. Position that right there, and hopefully I got, yes, okay. All right, so here is our first one, and isn't that just so cute? I don't rise and shine. I caffeinate, and I hope for the best. That is like so me. I tried to color her up kind of like she's me because I wear my hair in a ponytail almost every day, and lounging on the couch there, waiting to be caffeinated is how I start my day. So, okay, that one stands up. And you can open it up this way and then open it up, and it's just a fun way. You can add some more decorations in the back, but this fun fold gives you lots of fun opportunities, especially with this acetate kind of floating images. So that's our first fun fold. Let's move on to number 2. And this one to look at is just a typical Z-fold. So you're going to take an A2 card base, and on one panel, score it in half. So that's at 2 1/8. And then you're going to fold it back. But it's how we're going to decorate it that's going to change this one up. So I have cut our decorative paper in this pretty paper. I just love the colors. I'm sure you're going to see me using this a lot because I love soft spring colors like that. All year long I like these colors. Okay, so we're going to add that right there. Now we took this panel and we just cut it in half. So we're going to put it right here so that it closes just like that. So when it's closed, it looks like it's complete. And here is another piece that I have used the same frame die to cut this out, but we're going to add this right here. And I'm going to add that right along there. Okay. Now, I just want to make sure that when I put this down, that it's going to line up with the other half. All right? Just like that. See that? So you've got plenty of room here to write any message or any sentiment that you want to do. And for this one, we're going to decorate with some circles. Now, I just chose circles, but you could choose anything. But we're going to put one of them right up here in the top corner. And then we're going to take the one with our kitty cat and we're going to pop that one up. Now we want to make sure that we're putting our tape on, or our foam on the right side, but that one is going to go right here. But before I put that down, we want to put our pink one about right here. All right. So our pink one is going to go about right there. So he's hanging way over. I'm going to go ahead and grab a little more foam because we're going to pop up our kitty. Aren't they so cute? I just love these little images. All right. I'm going to hold my finger right here where the foam is. That way when I place it, I know exactly that I'm not getting that foam over. So I'm just lining that up. So what I like about this design and what's fun is the overhang. And this one says, "You're fabulous. Don't ever change out of your pajamas." So let me know in the chat. Do you live in your pajamas? Do you craft in your pajamas? I have to be honest, I'm not a pajama girl. I'm more of a sleep shirt. I like gowns rather than pajama pants. So I will lounge in pajama pants, but then they're not what I sleep in. I prefer a pajama, like a night shirt. So, I don't know. We'll have to take a vote. Are we night shirt or pajamas? But they are perfect for lounging. So, all right. That's our second, is this Z-fold with a fun overhang rather than your second, a double Z. Okay. Now, for our next one, we're going to take a top folding A2 card, and you're going to cut this piece. You could cut it in half. I think mine's a little bit longer than half, but you could definitely cut that in half. And we're going to do a similar thing. We're going to go ahead and put this piece right up here at the top. So this just gives you kind of a fun opening for a card to kind of change it up and make it different. We make so many just A2 cards that sometimes it's fun just to give it a little bit different feel, right? And then here's our other pieces, and I've got our little dog here, and I'm trying to decide whether, I think I'm going to pop him up. He's just going to go right here in the center of this circle, and then I'm also going to pop up the entire circle. And we're going to add our little puppy just right here above the Pajama Power Activated. And I have put him just on a little frame. And now I'm going to mount this on a piece of sturdier white cardstock. It's the same cardstock that I cut off of my card. So that's why I cut it the size that I did, because I literally just cut it right from the bottom of my card. Now this piece we're going to do similar to the last card. We're going to put it down right here so that it's the same, so it looks like it's a complete card. Okay, the same way I'm going to put that down just right there, making sure it lines up, and then let it go down. Now for this one, we're going to put this piece right here centered, but we're only going to add our glue to this top portion. So this is just a fun way to kind of have a card open that's just different, out of the norm. Change it up a bit. And there we go. So this opens up like this, and just a little bit different. Okay, so our final card is another card that you have probably seen before, maybe even have made before. You're going to take, and it's an easel card. We're just going to take an A2 card base, score it in half on one side, just like you did for the Z fold, but instead of folding it back, you're going to fold it forward, because this is going to be an easel card that sits up. But we're going to do something just a tad different than normal. So let me make sure I have my pieces in the right place. Okay. I have to remember how I had it planned because I forget. Okay. So we're going to add our little pajama life right here. But I'm going to fold this. I'm going to open it all the way up, but I'm going to fold this under, like turn it this way. So we're working on this little part, the front part of our easel. I'm going to fold it like this so that when I glue, I know I'm not gluing it to here because I'm just putting it right here. Okay? And I'm just applying my glue right here underneath my sentiment. And for this one, I'm going to glue it right here. Okay, hope I got that straight. All right, now I'm going to take this piece, and just like before, I have a little piece right there, and we're going to add it right here. Get that straight. Yep. Now my plan is to put it right here. Might be time to refill the old glue bottle. I craft a lot, so I go through the glue pretty fast. All right. All right, now for our little elephant, we're going to stand him right over here, and I'm not going to pop him up. I'm going to let one ear, though, hang off the edge of my circle. So he's just going to stand right here. He's got his little teddy bear, and it says, "Life is better in pajamas." So now we have these two pieces, and I'm going to put one of them right behind him. Let me see which one's which. One of them's going to fit better there than the other one. Okay. And now this one, we're going to put it on the inside, and it's going to act as our stopper for our easel. I'm going to put it right down here. And this little lip right here is where we're going to place our card. There we go, just like that. And it's fun because our little elephant kind of stands up on his own. So when it's closed, it's just going to look like a nice card. It might be fun to add some gems and things. And then you stand it up like this, and you've got, you know, this little circle that stands up by itself and kind of raises up out of there. It just gives it a fun look, something different. All right, so real quick, let's go ahead and pull out all of the fun folds that we made. And I also want to quickly show you this one again, and where I used our banners just to decorate the patterned paper. So that's where the banners came in. So we've got this one, which will be included in the download. We've got our little easel card with our pop-up image, our half top folding A2, which is just a little something different, a Z-fold with some images hanging off the edge to give it a, sorry, I'm out of the camera, let's roll my chair back, our fun fold Z-fold, and then our acetate image that comes up by itself here with our spanner card. So like I said, these are just some fast and easy ideas to kind of change it up if you feel like you're in a rut and you just want some easy fun folds. And look at all those sweet pajama sayings. Did I read you this one? I don't know if I did. It says, born to lounge, forced to work. And he's got a laptop in his lap. I just love that. So I think my favorite has to be this one, though. But I think all of them are adorable. Okay, if you have any interest in any of these products, hopefully they will be listed below my video. I've been having a little trouble with that, but we'll get that worked out. And I just appreciate so much you being here with me and crafting with me. I hope you have a wonderful week. And I look forward to crafting with you again soon. Bye-bye.